Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Bumba here, back today with a new pickup video. Okay, so sorry I didn't do a video in March, but I just don't really know what happened. In April, just went like that. 2 week school holiday, Easter, I went away. Before I know it, it was, well, now really. So I got a few releases over the last 2 months. Like I said previously, I'm not buying everything. I'm trying to stick to the boutique label. So there's plenty of 88 films and Arrow releases here. So we'll jump into it then. So the first one, my buddy Nigel Jones, he ordered this and he had 2 copies. So he asked me if I wanted a copy and I cut him a deal. I said, yeah, no worries. So I don't own any Unearthed titles, I don't think. So I do want to get a good release of a Serbian film, but they keep teasing a 4K. So I'm waiting, but this is 100 tiers. So straight away, there'll be similarities to Terrifier, but you know, this is going to be way more downbeat. There's not going to be any humour in it. It's going to be dark and gritty and just horrible to watch, I imagine. But I will check it out at some point because it's Unearthed. You know, it's going to be fairly extreme and it's an extended director's cut, so you can't fault that. So yeah, cheers to Nigel for that one, and I'll look forward to checking it out. And then, believe it or not, exactly the same thing happened to Nigel again. He had 2 copies of a movie that he had ordered and forgot to cancel one, so he asked me if I wanted it, and I do him a deal on some of the films I do. So yeah, no problems. This is from Treasured Films. This is Satan's Blood. Okay, so I love Treasured Films. I'm going to go to their Weird Worcester event in June. I can't wait for that. And I went to their Jeff Lieberman event. I know the boys down there. I don't collect every title because there's just so many boutique labels and they came around only recently. So it's difficult to squeeze another one in. But I've got the odd one like Mausoleum. This one, I'm going to get Mickey. Or is it Mickey or Mikey? The one that was banned in Britain because of the Jamie Bulger murders. It came out in like the early 90s, I think. A bad child type movie, so I look forward to getting that one. So anyway, this is Satan's Blood. So we'll open this one. I haven't had a chance to watch this one yet. Like I said, I've been on holiday for a week. My kids were off for 2 weeks. Then they had a long weekend, Friday and Monday off school just now. So time has been of the essence, really. Okay, so it's lovely. The first thing you notice is like all the shininess, the glossing on the slip cover. It's a sideways load. There's all your extras there if you want to have a little look. I don't know whether it'll focus if I take my mug out of it. Or whatever, but there we go. So this is number 7 in the range, and then so I recognise this artwork. I want to try and do this film, but now I do this as a Frank Warren film. Frank Warren, he's a boxing promoter. Norman J. Warren, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look. Oh no, it's not. I don't know what I'm on about. Carlos Pueto. So this is Spanish. Maybe it just looks like a film I'm thinking of anyway. It's definitely had a 7 release or indicator release, so I recognise this artwork. And then you've got a little booklet inside, tiny darts, printed disc, and a reversible art. So you've got about everything you want. I'm just going to keep the standard art that is on because it's a bit plain Jane, the other one. Put the booklet back. And so yeah, so what year is this from? So it's Region B, so no problem in the UK. Oh, it's a Tygon film. It says Tygon film distributors. So that's cool. I'm surprised they didn't have an 88 films release on their Tygon range. 1977. Maybe it still will. Satan's Blood. I got my Tygon range for years. It's not one of them, is it? Maybe that's where I've seen it before. No. Alright, so that's Satan's Blood. So I had those 2 off my buddy Nige, like I said. And then this one then is the Hammer film release for the month. So every month they're bringing out a new 4K. So this is the one for March, I guess, because I think April is a film called Shatter. You know, it's not out till the start of May, so it's maybe a bit of an overlap there, unless I'm forgetting one, or maybe this was April's release and there was one in March. I don't know. But anyway, the 4-sided triangle. So it could have been one in March because this is in before, because this is the only second title, and Captain Kronos came out a while ago. So yeah, 4-sided triangle. So I watched this. This was a wicked film. Looked awesome because it's black and white in 4K. Absolutely stunning. It was a while ago since I watched it now because this one did come out in it did come out in March, I remember now. Yeah, I've had it a while. And then you've got your nice book there with the image stretched across. And your wicked discs there. And then you get all sorts of bump in here then. Some sort of like pamphlet booklet with all different posters in. You actually get a poster which is really thick. Another sort of like pamphlet thing. Like how they would have advertised these movies back in the day, before the internet. Alright, so you get the one that way, portrait, and then the one in the landscape. And then you also get an amazing thick bound book then. And then this Staple Monarchy. It's got a script in there and all sorts on the film. Alright, so not the most popular Hammer title ever. I'm not really sure what their marketing strategy is with the films they're releasing, but whatever it is, I'm there anyway. I'm going to keep buying them because the next one coming out is Shatter, and that's like a looks like a buddy movie about a cop and a martial. Sorry about that, disturbance in the force there. Yeah, so it's like a buddy cop movie and martial artist, but like Rush Hour, I suppose. So yeah, I look forward to seeing that one, even though it's not the usual stint. Obviously, if they release Dracula, then that would be the one they'd all clamour for, but maybe it's like a slow build-up. Get people hooked. Okay, so next one I had is from Umbrella. This is an amazing release, another black and white movie. Eyes Without a Face. Okay, so amazing artwork on this, amazing box set. Umbrella do stellar work. I gotta be fair, I've only recently been getting into their releases, but you know what it is when you find a new one, you end up binging it and buying a few releases. So I got like 10 now. So yeah, absolutely awesome. So this is an old black and white French movie. It's absolutely wicked. It's about this surgeon and his daughter was in a horrific car crash, and she's basically lost her face. Like, she's just got these eyes. She wears this white mask, and he's basically kidnapping women in the hope to like cut their face off and put it onto his daughters with this cutting edge technology. So a bit messed up. You can see where more modern films are influenced by this, especially French horrors, because it does go there. And this slipcover is amazing. This got to be contender for best of the year. The way it feels and looks is just absolutely stupendous. And you got that there. And then there's the dad on the back there then. And then slightly different on the inside, but still awesome. And then there you go, loads of bonus features and stuff. So these are the sort of movies where the bonus features are worthwhile for me, because I like to delve into the older ones. I couldn't really give a stuff about how they make new movies and things, but I tell you how they make them. They do them on a computer, but yeah, you know. So this is beautifully shot, amazing choreography. This is like a proper comfort movie, even though it's got a messed up storyline. You know, I watch this when I'm dozing off in the evenings or whatever. And then you get a poster inside there then, lovely poster. And you get your 2 discs. I still don't like this, what Umbrella do. Give you a clear disc inside a black case. Don't think it looks very uniform at all. And then there's the other disc there. Absolutely wicked. It's got reversible art. Yeah. Also the reversible art, it's just got the banners the same art. It just says like 4K up there and whatever. So I switched that around. So there we go. And then you also get your standard art cards. And then you've got a nice bound book again, and this staple rubbish. Give you all interesting facts on the film and stuff. So yeah, if you haven't seen Eyes Without a Face, it's highly recommended. It's a really good film. Don't be put off because it's black and white or old, you know. There's so many good black and white films that people need to check out now, you know, from the horror world, like Psycho and Night of the Hunter, Carnival of Souls, The Haunted, The Innocents. You know, there's a whole load that are just awesome, and you just need to watch them if you haven't, because some people will be put off by black and white. It sounds wild in this day and age. It's the same as some people get put off by subtitles, but you've got to do it. Take the plunge. Alright then, so that's Eyes Without a Face. Absolutely awesome. Alright, this one I haven't tucked into yet, but it's from 88 Films, so the next couple will be from 88. This is an Italian giallo movie. It's Short Night of Glass Dolls. Now, I can't pretend to have ever seen this movie. It's not from one of the prime directors like Dario Argento or Mario Bava. It's directed by Aldo Lado, but he has got a pretty good filmography, Aldo Lado. I think it's called Footsteps. He's done something else popular as well. People will be shouting at the screen when he's done Aldo Lado. I can see his name on the top of the poster. Oh, did he do I can't think of it. Alice Sweet Alice. I might be wrong, but I think he might have done Alice Sweet Alice. That's an amazing film. So yeah, that's piqued my interest on this now. So there we go. Then there's all your bits on the back, if you can see. And then we'll have a tuck into this one. Okay, so you just got your standard J card with the sticky tape. And then there's your artwork on the back there, that butterfly. So that's something at the top, the Italian collection. Nothing on the top or bottom spines, so they sometimes sneak a bit of writing on. Alright then, so there's the Amore, looks really good. through this set. See, look how much better it looks when it's black and black rather than that clear aesthetic that Umbrella go for. And then we got some old school artwork. Yeah, there's, I don't know if that's the like old VHS rental one or whether that's just the newly commissioned when they first bought the Blu-ray. I'm going to assume it's the old VHS artwork. I'll turn that round because we have got the newly commissioned on the box anyway. So there's art cards in there. I won't bother getting them out, but there's nothing else in there. Oh. And then again, the nice thick bound book. I'm so glad they do these and not some stapled little pamphlet thing, like loads of stuff you to read in there and learn about. Best way to learn about the movies is to actually read about them, not watch them, believe it or not. And then you've got a really nice thick poster here that I'm going to open up. And then got that on the back there. So yeah, so that's Short Night of the Glass Dolls. Looking forward to tucking into that one. It's going to be very soon. I did another release from 88 Films. I think this one might have come out in February, but I had it off my mother-in-law for my birthday in March. So that's Masters of the Universe from 88 Films. Okay, so I think this one sold out, or maybe they restocked it, I'm not sure, but it was definitely sold out at one point. So I remember panicking and making sure my mother-in-law got it, because she's the sort of tough, just pop over HMV kind of thing. But yeah, fair play to her, she got it, so happy days. So here's the back there. It's a nice slipcover. This is like one of those films, isn't it? A bit like the Super Mario Brothers film. It's not good, but people just lap up these luxury sets of it. Like, you know, I mean, it does look awesome. Like, you've got the shine there and whatever. Looks wicked. And then you've got Skeletor on the back there, played by Frank Magella. But I mean, it's not a good movie, but everyone's nostalgic for it. So there's no point kicking it in the ass, because you know, you kick it in the ass on one hand and then you sat watching it again on the other hand like an hour later. So there we go. So transfer was fine on this. Like, it's not a 4K, it's only a Blu-ray, but I don't think it's probably ever looked better where I watched it on VHS and DVD and just on TV. So you've got the old school artwork there. It might have had that artwork originally, I'm not sure, and I might have switched it around, but I kind of recognise them both. I think they're both from the olden days, so I think I do prefer this one, to be fair, and the other one's on the slipcover anyway. And then you've got a poster in there. I won't bother opening it up. It does feel quite thick though. And the disc. And then you've got your booklet here. And so this is where the complaint comes in, okay? So this is quite thick, square bound. And then look. Oh, look at that. It's for a 4-year-old. It's full of pictures. Waste of time. It's like having a book of art cards. Alright, so stop doing this. If you're going to give us a book, put some narrative in it, because people like to read trivia, learn about the movies, do a few essays. So yeah, poor show, 88 Films sorted out. Other than that, pretty good release. The frustrating bit with the movie like is like towards the end, you know, when they finally get somewhere, they find what they're looking for, they need another 2 pieces. A Man at Arms is like, oh, I got one of those, and then the girl's like, oh, I got that other thing, why didn't you say? It's like, all right, okay, cool. Let's move the plot on as quick as we can. But yeah, I saw it. You know, I watched it. Like I said, I take the piss out of it, but I watched it myself as soon as they come through the door. So what can you say? Masters of the Universe. All right, so that was my 388 Films releases. I have ordered Pinocchio 546, but I pre-ordered it with Night Train Murders, so they're not going to send it until they send Night Train Murders, unfortunately. But I'm not in a rush, because those Japanese movies are doing my head in, I gotta be fair. Alright, so House of the Devil. This is second sight release, so this is a Ty West movie, so I did have a standard Blu-ray of this, but I did The Unthinkable the other day. I took 131 films into CEX and sold them for like 260 quid. And actually, that was the 3rd time I've been to CEX in a month and got about 260 to 300 pounds for them, so you can imagine how many films I've sold in the last few months. My collection, it was just looking like a bomber got off in the world's biggest CEX. It was just horrendous, I couldn't look at it. So I've cleared out loads of crap now, and obviously moving forward I'm only aiming for these big box sets, 4Ks, limited editions. I will buy the odd standard title, like the Warner Archive ones that come out this week, Night School and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, but I am going to be pretty stingy when it comes to single releases, because I just haven't got the room. And like I say, my anxiety goes off when there's films hanging out everywhere. Like, I had those movie films. I've had my movie collection for years, really, and I haven't really watched any of them. Then as soon as I sold loads of films, I didn't have loads left to choose from. I watched 3 movie films on the bounce, and they were all wicked. So having a big collection can be a hindrance as much as it can be a good thing. Anyway, stop with the waffle. House of the Devil. House of the Devil. So this is a wicked film, okay? So it's like set in the 70s or the 80s, during like the satanic panic era, like when everyone who listened to death metal was a bloody Satan worshipper and all that caper, like anyone who wore leather. And anyway, this girl takes this like dodgy sounding babysitting job, but the wages are like insane. And anyway, obviously it's not what she expects it to be. So yeah, this is a bit of a lavish set. They've done a few other Ty West movies, like I got there, The Sacrament. And hopefully they'll be doing The Innkeepers, because I saw my standard release of The Innkeepers, which I didn't really want to do, but I'm sure there's a Blu-ray or 4K coming, probably one of these. Wicked films. There's your art cards. I won't go through them. You know, they are what they are. And then here's your book here. So this is more like it. 88 films taken note. Look, we got nice contents, and we got loads of stuff going on. Okay, so that's awesome. And then I haven't watched this yet. I've seen this film more times than I've had cut dinners. There's no reversible art, which I don't mind really, because the newly commissioned's pretty good, and the old one's pretty boring with just like a house on there. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I like the one character in this. I say I like her. She meets a grisly end. What's her name? And the friend. Oh, where is she to on here? Oh, Greta Gerwig. I say Greta Gerwig, like she goes to that guy. Are you the pizza guy? He's like, yeah, I'm the pizza guy. She walks in the window, boom, to her. So yeah, so House of the Devil, absolutely wicked film. Tom Noonan, he's a creepy bastard, but I've seen him in something the other day. I can't think what it was now, and I wasn't expecting him to be in it, and he just makes anything creepy. He makes anything creepy. And then next up from Second Sight, then I got David Cronenberg's The Brood. So growing up, I find you either like one of the Davids, you're either a big Lynch fan or a big Cronenberg fan. I don't know why, like, because they're not exclusive, but I always leant towards Cronenberg's, like the body horror, like Videodrome, this, Scanners, all the 80s stuff he did, absolutely phenomenal. I'm also big a fan of some of the 90s stuff like Existence or whatever, but this is wicked, The Brood. I love this film. You've got your 3 kids on the back there, the manifestations after the daughter. And then you've got the mother there, the wife. Can't think what the actress's name is on shooting. So as always with Second Sight, you know what you get. You get an amazing thick box. You know, I don't really need to wax too lyrical about that. And then your art cards, I'm not going to wax lyrical about it at all. And look at this book. This is amazing. Like, this is what it's all about. Thicker than a bookie's wallet. And then you've got your Digibook style Disney fell out Schoolboy. Okay, I know some people don't like these digipacks that they put, they'd rather an anime. I probably would as well, but still cool the way you get the image all on the back. I'm just not a great lover of cardboard, full stop, but you know what it's like with your carbon footprint and all these days for these companies. Oh, so I did watch this as soon as I got it. The 4K looked amazing. Amazing film. I would give it 4 out of 5 every time I watched it. Nothing to dissuade me again from giving it an awesome score. So yeah, really good film. And then the other one, the last one, third one I got from 88 Films. Still got the J card on a minute. Here's the back if you have a look. Scanners. So again, another David Cronenberg film. Wicked image on the back there, the exploding head, the most famous scene in it. Gotta say, I don't like this film quite as much as The Brood. Some of the other ones, it kind of sags in the middle. It starts off well and ends well, but there's a bit of in the middle, like. But overall, still pretty good. So this is just going to be the same again. You get an amazing thick box for your money. Again, some art cards, and then you've got a book here. Again, super thick, absolutely amazing, thicker than a whale omelette. And there you go. And then your book is in the discs are in the digipack again. Awesome artwork on there. Second Sight just kill it with the artwork every time. You can always rely on them to give you something tidy. Here's the discs. So yeah, so that's Scanners. So I watched this one as well again. Nothing bad to say about the 4K. Couldn't pick up on any dirt or blemishes or anything to put you off. I mean, I'm not Mr. Quality Picture Man, but you know, I sat there, watched it, thoroughly enjoyed it. That's what it's all about. I got a random one here from 101 Films. I think a couple of people bought this in the last month or so because it just went down to really low price on Amazon, like under a tenner. Mansion of the Doomed. The last one I had, Meat Cleaver Massacre, was terrible. Mine I sold that on after I watched it, but this is a Video Nasty. I think it might be a Cat 3, so it's worth keeping on to. It's from 1976. I haven't opened it yet. It's produced by Charles Band, so it might be alright actually. I do like Charles Band stuff. It's got Lance Henriksen in. Yeah, produced by Charles Band, directed by Michael Pataki, whoever that is. So I haven't opened up this one yet. Thinner box this time, but obviously, you know, the release is half the cost. So these are only about, I think only about £18 when they come out. They might be about 25 the more I think about it, I'm not sure. So wicked cover there, I like that cover. That's awesome. Yeah, that's piqued my interest to watch this film actually. And you go on the back there. The blurb at the top says, gruesome exploitation shocker. Available on Blu-ray for the first time in the UK. Seized and confiscated under the Obscene Publications Act during the British video nasty panic of the 1980s. I think it's like about some sort of insane doctor. I think a bit like Eyes Without a Face, where the doctor's trying to get a new face for his daughter. This is similar, where his daughter's blind and he's trying to get eyes, so he's like kidnapping people whoever to take their eyes. And that's why you've got these eyeballs on there. So, yeah, there you go. And then you've got a book here, not quite as thick as the other ones from 88. Let's have a look if it's got some narrative. Yeah, so this is all good. See, look, this is all you've got to do. Wicked. So yeah, I look forward to watching this one, especially considering what it's about. You can see how these movies paved the way for future horror films. They were just as messed up in the 70s as they do them now, like. Alright, then we're on to the Arrow releases. I've got 4 Arrow releases this month. Probably my #1 boutique label to buy from at the moment, I gotta be fair. So first one, Long Kiss Goodnight. So I was almost didn't get it. I couldn't believe it went out of stock. I didn't think this was one that was going to sell fast. I was going to wait to get it in a 2 for 40. But, you know, I just had to grab it because it sold out. So I had to get it from HMV in the end. Or no, I think HMV sold it as well. I had to get it off eBay, like Rare Waves or something like that. But it was brand new, so it's all good. It was only like £1 more than what the Arrow site was. So it's got loads going on. 2 discs, Blu-ray and 4K, which is what I like still. I gotta be honest. I know some people say don't bother giving the Blu-ray, but it does come in handy for me because I got various players in various rooms. So a bit plain Jane, but if you look at it closely, it is nicely animated rather than photoreal. Then I flipped it underneath and put the old school on. Someone's already said about this. I can't think of who it was, but this is Talboy here. See this black line? It makes it look like the inlay's too short. It looks like something you bought off Bumpers movies, but you know, it's not. It's part of the design because you can see the writing going over the edge, but yeah, it just looks terrible. And inside you get this amazing postcard with Samuel Jackson on the front, and then on the back it says, "Merry Christmas, motherfucker," which is quite amusing. And you do get a sticker that says, "Skating Prohibited," and a small booklet just tell you some bits and bobs about the film. Okay, so when I watched this when I was younger, I didn't really think it was all that great. I did like Rennie Harding because he had done Deep Blue Sea and Nightmare on Elm Street 4, but this one I couldn't get on board with. But I think maybe I was a bit too young because I really enjoyed it this time, and I gave it 4 out of 5 on my Letterboxd. Samuel L. Jackson steals the show. I've read a few reviews on Letterboxd saying he was out of place in it, but I thought he made the film. It was a career-defining performance for me. Like, he's just downright absolutely hilarious. Exactly what the sort of black sidekick comedian should be like in these sort of films in the 90s. And then I seen an interview on the extras, I think, or I read something somewhere where when Rennie Harlin was pitching this, he wanted a man, but he wanted it to stand out from the crowd, so he said, let's cast a woman instead. And then the movie execs were like, well, there's like 4 women who can play this role. It went to Gina Davis, so I was trying to think of the other 3, so it probably would have been like Sigourney Weaver, Jamie Lee Curtis, and I couldn't really think of another one from the mid-90s, so let me know in the comments if you've got any suggestions. So yeah, good film. The 4K was wicked, like all the scenes in the snow and all look phenomenal, can see no blemishes. There's no like duplicated scenes like Arrow were famous for. So yeah, overall this was a really good experience. So yeah, I definitely recommend this. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Also the name of my favourite Biggie Smalls song. Then next up from Arrow I got Friday the 13th, the remake. Okay, so I wasn't going to buy this originally, even though the artwork is pretty killer. But then Arrow went and announced Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. I knew I was going to get those, so I thought I may as well just get this one now. And then you've got the small little trifecta of weird-ass Jason movies. Although there's nothing really weird about this one, it's pretty good. It's just some dodgy casting choices, like Gerard Buddy Padadicki, whatever his name is. And I don't like that boy, like, but I know you're not supposed to like him anyway with the blonde hair, like, talking about that girl's nipple placement, but still, whatever, I suppose. But overall, it's pretty good. Here's the old school artwork there, wicked that is. Got all sorts going on in here. 2 discs. Postcard from Crystal Lake. And there's a poster. I won't bother getting the poster out. It's just the same as the inlay. And you get your booklet then as well. With some stuff to read in and whatever. Some headlines on the back and the front that are interesting. So I haven't watched this, so I can't comment on the 4K. I'm not in no mad rush. I'm going to wait till the others come. I want to watch Jason Goes to Hell first, then Jason X, and I'll stick this one on. So that is the Arrow release 4K Friday the 13th. And then the penultimate release from Arrow. Okay, this is a Blu-ray double pack. This is FX and FX2, The Grand Illusion. Okay, so this is got 2 films on. So FX is a movie about a guy played by Brian Brown, Australian guy. He's a special effects man working on a film, and he's so good the government want him to stage the murder of a mob boss so he can just slip off under the radar, like, because everyone's after him. And it ends up going tits up, and Brian Brown ends up going on a run, and Brian Dennehy's in it, the 2 Brians, as a cop. He's not in this one as much, Brian Dennehy, but they had a bit of good chemistry, so he's in the second one loads. But yeah, so I didn't really like these movies. I watched them on the bounce Saturday morning, and yeah, they weren't great. I found them a bit boring. The first one was okay, I suppose. The second one was just, I can't even remember much about it now. I only watched it on Saturday, like I said. But the picture quality was fine, you know. I'm not sure how these are going to compare to the old release by 101 or 88. I can't think who brought it out. But like, the picture quality was fine. You got a lovely hardback case. If you're a fan of this movie, they have done the works for you, Arrow. Fair dues, because I'll show you something else cool now. You get your booklet, which looks cool. It looks like the guy's notebook. And it's got loads of stuff in about the film, what you want. And then I'll open up this poster because it's just super cool, the artwork where he's on top of the van. And then you just got that there. Okay, so everything about this movie does scream cool, apart from the movies themselves, really. I just didn't really enjoy them. Maybe I'll go back and watch them again, I'm not sure. But so there's your case then with that artwork on, and you could flip it to like the original VHS artwork. It was a bit boring, even though that's the one I'll always remember from the video shop days. And then that was about what I wanted to show you, the cool thing is it too. Yeah, you get some stickers. See, I'd rather these than art cards every time. So we've got a couple of sticker sheets with the titles of the films that the guys worked on, most of them. Planet of the Female Mummies, Blood in the Basement, I Dismember Mama, Song of the Succubus, Vermin from Venus. Okay, oh, that's the guy named Rowley, that's his name, Rowley Tyler FX. So, yeah, there we go. I didn't really tuck into the extras too much on this. Like I said, I didn't think the films were like bang on amazing, so I didn't really feel the need to learn more. But yeah, so well packaged anyway. Got the side loading box and the slip on the top, FX and FX2. And then the last one that I got from Arrow, this one came out way back in March, but it's Deep Blue Sea. Okay, so this is a 4K. Okay, this title surprised me a bit. I didn't think it didn't sound like an Arrow title to me, to be fair, but I suppose it is a cult movie with a cult following, I guess. Loads of there's tons of extras on here, loads, whatever. And then you get your nice box then. Feels lovely, this one. Nice design on the back there, the shark. And then you've got awesome book, yeah. I won't open up the poster, it's that's the same as the cover. This has been unboxed loads on YouTube, I imagine. We've got a couple of art cards in there, not too many in this one. There's only like 3 art cards in there in the 4K, so no Blu-ray. I've already reversed the art to the old school, even though it's not amazing. May as well have a bit of variety. Oh, actually, I watched this a while ago now. The 4K looked awesome. I tucked into the extras. There were some interesting bits on here. Let's have a look if anything's jumping out to me as to what I watched. Um, I find it hard to make these like where they put the dots in between the different ones. Anyway, I just ended up staring into space there. So yeah, so good extras on here, but very disappointed that they didn't put the LL Cool J music video on here in the 90s. If you had a movie with a rapper in, you guarantee they were going to do a song to go with the movie. And it's a really good one this time, and it's a expensive video, so I'm surprised they didn't put it on there as an extra. I gotta be fair. So that's my only complaint with Deep Blue Sea, is that the LL Cool J video one isn't on there. You ate my bird. Alright then, so that's Deep Blue Sea. Alright then, so that's about all my pickups really. That covers 2 months, but like I said, you know, I'm much more quality over quantity these days. I got plenty of pre-orders in for May already, including those 2 Jason movies from Arrow, so there'll be another video shortly, and to try and get some more content on my channel, I think, although it's nothing original, I think I might start doing a watch while I watch video, maybe fortnightly rather than weekly, just so I can talk about film a bit more than it just being all about what I'm buying. Anyway, I've been Bumper, I've waffled on long enough, so I'll catch you on the flip side.